Hey guys, this is Blue Eyes Master 91, and since I haven't put out a video in a few days, well, a couple of weeks, just been kind of crazy here. I thought I would do something a little different and show off what I'm thinking about altering my Blue Eyes deck to look like. Obviously, some of these cards are not going to be in it just because of expense, but yeah, so for all the new support that comes out tomorrow with the sneak peek, we have obviously the three blue eyes and alternative stay in. Abyss Dragon will stay. Dragon Spirit of White stays in. And then we have two of the new cards put in. Or two copies of Jet Dragon. Jet Dragon is just a recurrence. I'll read off its effect real quick for those of you who don't know it. Other cards you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. You can only use each of the following effects of Blue Eyes Jet Dragon once per turn and only activate them while Blue Eyes White Dragon's on the field or in the grave. If a card in the field is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon this card from your graveyard if it was there when the card was destroyed, or from your hand at the start of the damage step. If this card battles, you can destroy one. You can target one card your opponent controls, return it to the hand. So this card is really, really useful just to help give Blue Eyes a little bit more of a bump in a competition. Basically, what he'll let you do is, as long as you have a Blue Eyes in the graveyard, which is not difficult with his deck, he can come out from either your hand or your graveyard. And because it's still during the damage step, you can still attack with him. And he's a 3k beat stick. So his other effect where you can send someone back to your opponent's hand is really useful, because if they have something that doesn't have effect protection, or if they have, say, an Eternal Souls on the field for a Dark Magician deck or what have you, you can send it right back to the deck. If you played, in this case, a copy of Droplet to negate monsters' effects, you can easily send destroy Phoenix Enforcer back to the extra deck, Dragoon back to the extra deck, anything like that back, and then they have to remake it. So it's a really, really useful effect. Next, we have our 3 copies of Stone, still pretty standard. We have 2 copies of Protector, a single copy of Maiden. I did put the second copy into my side deck. We have a single copy of Sage, and then a couple more new cards. We have the Tyrant of D, or in the TCG, it's called the Dictator of D. His effect is, if you control a Blue Eyes monster, you choose the attack target for your opponent's attack. You can only use each of the following effects of Tyrant of D, Dictator of D, once a turn. You can send one Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand or deck to the graveyard to special summon this card from your hand. You can discard one Blue Eyes White Dragon or one card that specifically specifies whatever that card in its text. Then target one Blue Eyes monster in your graveyard to special summon it. So Tyrant of D is another really good card for this build, and more importantly for the archetype. It brings Lord of Dragons back into the fold of being important for the Blue Eyes White Dragon, like he was back in the origins of the TCG. Let's break down the effect, though. So if you have a Blue Eyes monster on the field, so whether that be Abyss Dragon, Dragon Spirit of White, any of the 3 ultimate dragons, a Twin Burst, alternative, or the original on the field, you get to pick who your opponent attacks. So why that is so important is you could force them to attack your 4,500 attacking ultimate dragon. You can force them to basically continuously take damage by forcing them to attack ultimate dragon. And that is a passive effect. I do not believe that it can be negated by anything, because it does not say you can. and it does not say upon activation or any of that. So the wording makes me think that it is a card that has that effect is very passive. The other two effects can be negated. And those effects are, you can send a blue eyes from your hand to the graveyard. That can easily be ashed. That's not a big deal. Just a special summon him to the field. That's likely not going to get ashed just because you reveal the card in your hand to begin with. So that way you can use the effect. I mean, honestly, is anyone really going to stop you from summoning a 1200 attacking monster? Probably not. There might be someone who would. There might be a lot of people who would. But there are better cards in this deck that would be better off getting ashed than Tyrant. And then his other effect is you can discard a Blue Eyes to special summon a Blue Eyes monster. So, or a card that specifically lists Blue Eyes on it. So, basically, that last effect I haven't really used in EDO just because honestly I forget it exists. The first effect I love to use because it gets you 2 monsters on the board at the start of the game. Actually, it can get you up to 3 because bigger if you have him, Protector, and then a stone in your hand. You have special summoned out Tyrant by discarding a Blue Eyes. You have Protector on the field along with his effect to summon an additional tuner monster to the field. So that's 3 monsters. You send Stone away to go into your Linkuriboh. You have that on the field, so that's still 3 monsters. End of the turn comes around. Stone's effect activates, which allows you to search out your copy of Abyss Dragon, which upon summoning makes 4 monsters. And you get to add a polymerization along with a Blue Eyes or an alternative dragon to your hand. So right there, you go up a lot. In one turn, you get 4 monsters, which is phenomenal. Again, I don't really use the last effect listed. I love forcing my opponents to attack into an ultimate dragon, though. I honestly think it's hilarious. I've had a couple of players rage quit because of that. Next, we have 2 Ash, and then Ghost Mourner, just because why not? It's a different hand trap with special summoning of Destroy Destiny Destroyer, or Destroy Phoenix Enforcer, rather, running amok right now. This is a really, really useful card. Then we have our deployment, and then 2 copies of the brand new Blue Eyes Fusion spell, Ultimate Fusion. So let me read that real quick. During the main phase, it has to be a main phase, either 1 or 2, doesn't matter which. It is a quick play spell card, but it's very, very restrictive, and I'm not entirely sure why they did that. During the main phase, fusion summon 1 fusion monster that lists Blue Eyes White Dragon or Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon as material by shuffling fusion materials listed on it from your hand, field, or graveyard into the deck. Then you can destroy face-up cards your opponent controls up to the number of Blue Eyes White Dragon or Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragons used as material. You can only use this spell once a turn. So, I'm not sure what fusion monster calls for Ultimate Dragon. That makes me think they're going to come out with a new Blue Eyes Fusion card soon. But, the hand, field, and graveyard effect of Fusion Summon is fantastic because it's very, very similar to Thunder Dragon's Fusion spell, which allows you to shuffle from field, grave, and banish pile into the deck. I absolutely love that. I definitely think it was needed for this deck. It's something that is fantastic and will help out greatly for this deck. Next, we have 2 normal polys to search out with Abyss Dragon. Then we have the last currently OCG exclusive spell card, which is Apparition with Eyes of Blue. I'm not 100% sure what the TCG name of the spell is, but When you activate this card, you can reveal one Blue Eyes White Dragon in your hand. Special summon one monster from your hand. Once per turn, you can target one face-up monster you control. Return that face-up monster to your hand, then you can apply one of these effects based on its original name. Blue Eyes White Dragon, special summon one monster from your hand. Otherwise, special summon one Blue Eyes monster from your hand. You can only activate this card. You can only activate one apparition with Eyes of Blue per turn. So, this spell is very interesting. It's similar to the Dark Magician's Dark Magic Circle spell, but very different at the same time. I believe it's different enough to warrant a small comparison, but at the same time not. Basically, instead of being able to banish stuff, you just get to special summon a bunch of stuff. And you get to recall a card from your field to your hand. Actually, I never really thought about it, but apparitions with Eyes of Blue, what you can do is reveal the blue eyes in your hand, then target a maiden on the field. Maiden's effect activates as chain 2, so you get to search out and special summon another blue eyes from your deck. You return maiden to your hand to special summon out a second blue eyes. That's actually really, really, really nice. But I believe that only works upon activation. Oh no. So, no, never mind, that doesn't. That is one of the listed effects. You just have to target a monster. So, either way, she lets you get out of blue eyes from your deck. And then with this, if you have one in your hand, you can summon out another one. So, you can get 3 blue eyes on the field very quickly with this spell. Next, we have our copy of Bingo Machine Go. We have 2 copies of Melody of the Awakening Dragon. A single copy of Silver's Cry. 1 copy of Return of the Dragon Lords. Single copy of Trade-In, 1 copy of Feather Duster. Cards I will likely not be buying anytime soon, but I run 2 of right now because it's online and it's free, is Droplet. The easiest way to replace that is obviously 2 copies of Dark Ruler No More, a single copy of Pot of Avarice, a single Raigeki, 2 True Light, which, fun fact, dueling a couple of my friends, I found out that this card actually weakens the effect of Ultimate Alternative Dragon because of how it's worded. You send all the cards in your field when it leaves the field. So when this card goes, you have to send everything on your field to the grave. So unless you've activated your copy of Ultimate Creature to protect Alternative Dragon, he goes bye-bye. But we do have 1 copy of Ultimate Creature, a single copy of Ice Dragon's Prison, 1 copy of Evenly Matched, and then a single copy of Infinite Impermanence. This is the earlier build I have. The build I'm looking at now doesn't change a whole lot except bumps it up to 45 cards. But, actually, wait a minute. It looks like I did take something out. Anyway, though I couldn't tell you what. Oh, I got rid of the trade and it looks like. And the Pot of Avarice. Okay, so that makes sense. So, with this build, I added in Gozen Match, Rivalry of the Warlords, and then a copy of Skill Drain. Personally, when I go to update the deck, it'll likely be with this initial build, just because it's easier. Also had to get rid of that from the side deck. Darn. But yeah, that is the main deck now. The extra deck really doesn't change much. It's still 2 ultimate alternatives, 2 Neo, a single of the original, 3 Twin Burst, 1 Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, 1 Azure Eyes, 1 copy of Shen Shen to help abuse Abyss Dragon, 1 Boral Sword, 1 BLS Link, a copy of the Light Charmer Link, and then 1 Link Karibo. When it comes to that alternate version of it, I still don't know what else I took out. So that would be 2. Sorry, I'm curious what else I took out. Oh. No. Oh, I got rid of the evenly matched. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, so yeah, it'll be this version that I likely will utilize when I go to build the deck in real life. Minus the droplets, it'll be the Dark Ruler No More, as you see down here. But yeah, that is it for this deck. Sorry I kept flipping at the end. I was trying to figure out what I took out. But yeah. I will hopefully have another video up sometime next week. And if not, I will likely try to do another online version of a deck profile just to try to get content out more. So I will catch you guys in the next video. If you like the video, go ahead and like and subscribe and maybe leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think or where you think I could add or change in the deck build. But yeah, I will talk to you guys in the next video.